Hello, everybody. This is Bernard the Necromancer, and I'm playing the Stanley Parable, which is an ascended Valve mod that just came out on Steam a couple of weeks ago as a full game. Gotta love Valve and their coolness with people who make content on their engine. It costs like $15 on Steam, pretty cheap. I haven't played it yet, but I have seen some of it played. I'm gonna hop into it and begin this shit. The end is never the end is never the end is loading never. This game's one big trippy mindfuck, basically. With 1,000 different endings. So many endings. Amazing voice acting. It is a very cool game. Or, I guess it's not really a game in the traditional sense of the word. You don't really play so much as listen to a story. It's kind of strange. You make choices, but it's more like an elaborate point-and-click adventure game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hmm.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where the hell is everyone? Any of these doors open? How strange. All of my co-workers are gone. Is anyone in here? Where is everyone? People should be working. Not lazing about at home.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Who is it that's talking? Is that my own brain? I don't understand. Am I narrating
Yet
my
there
own
was
life?
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside. Oh. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. Oh my god. This is amazing. These are amazing tips. Like corporate tips. Number of slides on the slide. Charts and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Oh my god. Oh god. Why do I work at this company? The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you most love about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return. Oh my god. Okay. I gotta go find my boss, see what's up. Never actually seen inside the workings of my company.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Boss should be up here. Maybe he'll know what's going on. What's his name again? Jeffrey? Is that his name? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Jeffrey until further notice. Hey Jeffrey, where are you? Where is everyone?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Extra secret.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Who the hell are you? Why are you 2845? Is that what you said? 2845? You know you told me the password.
Yet
Is that right?
by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
This is incredibly
code by
meta.
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I didn't realize Jeffrey had a secret passageway behind his wall. That's crazy. Ooh, what's this? A big red button. Okay. Is that blood? What is that? Oh, it's a shadow, isn't it? Oh god, my eyes.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring
That's an
of emotion in
understatement.
his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Except I'm just doing what you're telling me now.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not.
Well,
go
my job was
unanswered for
fun.
long.
I got to press buttons all day. Who doesn't want to aspire to something like that? It's not like I'm just some corporate cog in a machine.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
What?
read Mind Control Facility.
Well, there's a thing that says escape here. You know what? I'll just go down this way. This is too interesting to pass up. Mind control facility. Whatever could this be? Wow, that's a very conspicuous looking light switch.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Wow, this place is fucking huge. I didn't know this was under my workspace. How come they never told us about this in orientation?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their
Oh.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Are you just narrating my life or something? This can't be right. I'm not just some mind-controlled subject. That's insane. More likely I'm just dreaming or something. This will all be over in a
This
moment, I'm
mind
sure.
control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really
Probably
been under
not.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his
I'm happy with my job
that
because
his
it's
emotions
amazing.
had been manipulated
love
to
pressing
accept
buttons.
it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What's this button? 5? Okay. Just a random 5 button. Okay, what do I press? There's some buttons. Pressing green, blue, no? Anything? Red, blue. Oh, is this right? Power? Mind control status offline. Where do I go? What do I do? Oh, here's a big ass monitor in the middle of the room. Console disabled. No. I'm sure if I just turn this off, I'll wake up from this crazy ass dream. There's a 4. Okay. Oh, facility power. Maybe I should go in there and turn off the power. It seems I'm lost without the narration. Glad I have a narrator dictating my actions. Feels nice to know where I'm supposed to go. Mind controls idle awaiting inputs.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Sure, the dream will be over when I'm done with this. Ooh, off. Yes. Am I out of here? What's going on? Right?
Blackness and a
Very
rising
dark.
chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
There's a little bit of light over there. What's that? I can't.
Yes.
Oh?
He had won. He
Have
had
I?
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Can't believe I achieved freedom so easily.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was
Never
exactly
has
the
the
way,
outdoors
right now,
been so
that
beautiful.
things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, I beat the game. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Alright? I beat the game by just following the directions. That's funny. Now I'm gonna not follow the directions. How about that?